I'd like to acknowledge the Honorable Prime Minister. The fact that he's here signals the importance and the significance of this initiative. I also want to acknowledge the Permanent Secretary, the PAS of this ministry. I want to acknowledge Mrs. Stacy Payne Maskell, the Knowledge Management Officer in the Ministry of Education, Mrs. Patricia Moraine, Principal at Otters Comprehensive School, Mr. Victor Corcoran, the Chief Executive Officer of Digicel, and the fact that he is here is also symbolic because Digicel has been partnering with the government in this very important initiative. I also want to welcome and to acknowledge Dr. Didacus Jules, the CXC Registrar who joined us via Skype. And of course, very important, I want to acknowledge the students and the parents who are here this afternoon and all the hundreds who are outside accessing the facility today. Today marks the final phase of the tablet allocation component of e-education computer tablets and e-education connectivity program, a highly successful program initiated by the Ministry of Telecommunications, Science and Technology. Many have talked about the negatives of putting e-tablets in the hands of students. We have been well schooled in all of the ills that are associated with the improper usage of this technology. However, the Ministry of Education is of the opinion that the proper use of e-tablets or similar technology in the classroom by students and teachers is a powerful thing. And I'm not using my tablet, I'm using my smartphone today. Our world is not becoming a technological world. Our world is already a technological world. The future is here, and in order for our students to compete and succeed or simply be competent in it, it is our responsibility as a government to expose them and to give them the tools and teach them how to use those tools effectively. As it has been for a while now, a great amount of homework requires research by students. Those who do not have access to a computer or the internet at home are at a severe disadvantage. The vision by Minister Mansour and his team to make the internet accessible to every person in these 108 square miles, first by the connectivity buses and the computer community access centers, has simply grown to include e-tablets in the classroom. And I want you to give Dr. Mansour and his team a great big round of applause. This award-winning program has been applauded around the world, not just around the Caribbean now, around the world, as a phenomenal step which will redound to the benefit of our children and young people. The hundreds and hundreds of students and parents who lined up for registration a few weeks ago and who are there today collecting their tablets is testimony of the acknowledgement not only of the novelty of this program, but also its great utility to those involved. I want to take this opportunity to say to the students and parents that this program should not be taken for granted. Use it for the good for which it is intended. These e-tablets are a link to the world at your fingertips to broaden your horizons in this technologically sophisticated era. A handbook of information, a gift of knowledge, if you will, another step towards self-empowerment. We are certainly developing a country, and in a developing country which is affording students first world opportunities. And I want to remind you, for those persons who don't know for the first time, let me say that there are many first world countries which do not have this initiative. So please do not take this for granted. The vision and passion which drives the Minister of Telecommunications, Science and Technology and his ministry to date cannot be denied. The Ministry of Education is very happy to be the main beneficiaries of this initiative. I am proud of where technology has gone in this Twin Island state, and I'm very happy that Antigua and Barbuda leads the way in successfully marrying ICTs with education. And it is a fruitful marriage. It is a marriage where we have seen students more organized, and Ms. Moraine would have spoken to some of the advantages of students using the technology in the classroom. We have seen students giving better presentations, more timely submissions of school-based assessments, more in-depth project preparations, certainly better at problem solving, etc. I want to applaud the efforts of Dr. Mansour and applaud the efforts of Digicel in particular, and to congratulate them on this very successful initiative and wish them every success in future endeavors. The Ministry of Education, Sports, Youth, and Gender Affairs, we are thrilled to be part of any and all programs which will advance and empower our young people. As Minister of Education, I'd finally like to say I give it my full and unequivocal endorsement. Thank you.